Well, hello everybody. I guess I'm live. Um, what is it about going live that makes me so nervous? We talk live, we interact with people live. It's technology for me. Anyway, I hope some of you can join me out there. It was a last minute decision to come on live. I had planned on going on live yesterday, um, but where I live and where I was staying, we went away for the weekend to Vashon Island in Washington for my birthday. And there was a huge storm that blew through where I was and also where I live, and all the power went out. And so we were without power overnight. So, and in addition, to tell you the truth, there was an external storm and I had an inner storm. And that's why I wanted to go live before my storm arrived, because I wanted to check in with everybody to see how everyone's doing through this eclipse season. And, it's Scorpio season, it's eclipse season. We're moving closer to the lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th at 3:02 a.m. Pacific time. And so there's a lot brewing. There's a lot of possibility for intensity, a lot going on. So nobody's here with me, so I'm just going to go ahead and just start with, I guess I'll check in with myself. Actually, it turned out, see, this is the thing to really learn or practice when you're on a spiritual journey, and that is things don't always go as you want them to or hope they would, or I definitely say don't have expectations, because expectations set us up for disappointment, right? So I had this whole plan. Yes, I was going to go live and all this was going to happen. And then this unexpected storm came through. And instead of just surrendering and saying, okay, I did have a little frustration. I was frustrated. And this is, I think, the astrology going on right now with Saturn square Uranus, which is, another mashup on the lunar eclipse, but we're feeling it right now. It began in 2021, and we had some more time with it in 2022. This is the last hurrah. This is that real push of limitation versus breakthroughs. So this is really about breakthroughs. Who out there needs a breakthrough? Anybody? And where do you want your breakthrough in? I think if you watch this later, and I hope that this is a replay, because I didn't know how to do that. This, again, technology is a little tricky for me, but this is also Uranus opposite my sun right now, pushing me to play with, technology a little bit more. So I finally, I didn't surrender right away. I kind of went into the storm to take a peek of what was stirring and brewing inside of me. And this is what could be happening during this time right now. This is why I did a video on shadow work. A lot of our shadowy material is stirring. Things are surfacing that maybe we don't want to look at or didn't want to look at, but we have to deal with. We have to face these things in order to have our breakthroughs, right? So eventually, as I kind of sat with and ruminated with and expressed what was going on to my husband, there's a lot stirring. I realized the wounds that had opened, and I realized from our wounded places come our shadow, come our negative core beliefs. And so I was really feeling a lot yesterday. And then I worked through it and surrendered, finally got to surrender. I couldn't get there right away, as I advise my clients to do. Like I said, sometimes I do my own research and I go backwards so I could go forward in a greater, more powerful way. And that's what we're all invited to do right now. So surrendering allowed me to realize that today is actually my solar return. So a solar return, in case you don't know, it is the day. So it's not, our birthdays aren't actually on our birthdays if we're practicing an astrological birthday. An astrological birthday is when the sun is in the same degree it was when you were born. So today is my birthday, everybody. Solar return. Anybody else having a solar return today or soon? My actual birthday is November 7th. And Yeah, right before the lunar eclipse. So here I am on my birthday, and no one's here for my birthday party. Where are y'all? I just want to make sure. No, it looks like it's live. It says, um, yeah, it says live. So I don't know. Last time I did this, a few people popped on. Then I knew I was really live. So, well, let's do this. I want to go ahead since no one's here to check in. And I hope that when you watch this, you take some time to check in with yourself. Really, I'm always interested. This is how I get to track, and deepen my understanding of how these celestial movements do affect us in the human experience. And I had this thought the other day. What was it? Like the work I do, and this is what I think astrology helps us do, and dream work. I hope you all have been paying attention to your dreams, because I think a lot has stirred up since Jupiter went back into Pisces and close to Neptune in Pisces. So we may be having more vivid dreams, another way our soul is trying to communicate with us. So one thing I say is I speak transformation, or I speak soul, because soul is all about symbology. So dream work, astrology. And it's an important time for us to all learn that, because we need it to have that sacred awareness as we navigate our human experience. Because let's face it, right? I mean, this is why I'm here tonight with all of you. Oh, I've got how many people? Oh, nobody. In the past, that would have bothered me. But, the thing is with these videos, you never know who's going to watch. You never know who's going to join you. But if I hold my intention is here to support and serve my sister and brother, soul gazers, another new term I came up with, which is, souls who, in our human experience, where we pay attention to the soul, we pay attention to symbology and the celestial weather, and as we're tracking ourselves, right? And wounded healers, which is the archetype I deeply identify with, and I know a lot of you do. I had created a video on wounded healers. I got a lot of response on that, a lot of private messages. So I know that really struck a chord. And for me, it's freeing to identify, like, here's the thing. We're never going to completely heal while we're here, just as Chiron, the wounded healer, never did. But it didn't stop Chiron from being an incredible healer and a teacher. And so those of us who identify with the wounded healer, we are here with great gifts of service for healing. And I think being vulnerable enough to admit and accept we ain't perfect. I never say ain't, but we're not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. And I think the freedom in that, and freedom is a key word right now with this time with this eclipse, because we have Uranus conjuncting the moon in Taurus and the North Node, and then opposite the sun, which is the full moon. Anyway, I feel like I really wanted to chat tonight, huh? I'm just going. Anyway, and oh, someone's here. Hello. I don't know who you are, though. I just see a Bliss. Tell me your name so I can say hello if you want me to say hello to you on the video. Anyway, I do want to do a drop-in. I want to do a meditation. So, and this, I didn't script anything. I don't script. I just show up. But I really, on my heart, I was like, okay, what is this feeling like for me? And I imagine some of you, a lot stirred up. Shadow work. I did another video for this. Oh, Bliss. I love your name. What a great name. Bliss is my name. Bliss, do you feel blissful right now? Do you feel blissful during this lunar eclipse approaching and the eclipse portal? I'm curious. I hope you are. And that's why I have this channel. I want to help us just wrap our arms around each other, connect our hearts, our souls, to remind each other we're not alone in the human experience. So, and thank you, Vaughn. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Okay, so I want to do a little drop in just to check in where we are, and just kind of a guided inner connection and reflection, just to embrace this moment. This is a very, when the nodes are involved, this is what creates the eclipses. Eclipse season is when the lunar nodes are aspecting the sun, or in this case, the moon. We have a total lunar eclipse. Full moon, it's redundant to say, but a full moon in Taurus, lunar eclipse. So, oh my goodness, Scorpio with Taurus. Oh, I feel you. I completely feel you. So I want to say, Bliss, Scorpio with Taurus North Node. Wow, I can feel you. The fixed signs are most impacted right now. That is Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. So this is, and especially wherever 16 degrees of Scorpio, well, that's where the sun is, 16 degrees of Taurus is in your natal chart. And I don't follow whole signs, so I can't go through the houses and say if you are an Aries, Taurus, whatever, because I believe I follow Placidus. I practice with Placidus, which has intercepted houses. So I could say if the moon is in your first or second house, that might help you. But this is something that you might research on your own. I think we should all know our natal charts. Our rising will tell us what house the eclipse is happening, and that is where your oh wow. I'm chatting with Bliss right now. I love what you're sharing. Wow. I tell me how that was. The October 25th eclipse, the partial solar eclipse was on your birthday. Happy birthday. By the way, Scorpio, I take the whole season. I used to take the whole month of November. I take the whole season. How was that? I do want to know. When I learn how people are interacting with the cosmos, it helps me understand when I'm reading a chart or supporting others. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Bliss, I'm going to check back with you. I just want to turn within for a moment so I can center myself and offer a prayer, offer a guided reflection for all of us during this time. Okay, so if you can, drop in with me. Let's go ahead and take a breath, set an intention. Where are you hoping for a breakthrough in your life? And it may just be happening in what house this lunar eclipse is in. But in general, what is on your heart, your soul? What do you desire? So let's turn within. And just follow the breath inward, giving yourself permission to take time for you in this moment to check in on your inner world, your heart, your soul, and that busy human mind. As you breathe into your heart, bringing attention to your heart, where you can access whenever you need compassion and acceptance and unconditional love. I really believe that this is where the divine creator, however you connect, meets us in our heart space. This is where soul meets the human experience. And just dropping in, breathing into some compassion, some acceptance, whatever you need in this moment. Notice your reflect through the lens of compassion and curiosity. How have you been doing through this eclipse portal, which began with the partial solar eclipse in Scorpio and the new moon on October 25th? And we're building up to the full moon, which is the lunar eclipse in Taurus. There's a lot of energy. Eclipses can be, I don't want to project this and say this is what it's going to be, but they can be intense because they're karmic. They're fated. It's destiny. It's connected to the node of destiny. So just breathing in where you feel maybe blocked energy. This is a time to clear, to have breakthroughs. And let's just offer up surrender. Something like this, you might say, surrender all that is no longer in service to me nor anyone else. I wish to be free to be myself, completely, authentically myself. I wish to allow my soul to emerge more powerfully. I'm willing to embrace my shadow, for in the shadow is my power, hidden aspects that is needed. I trust, and this is for you, and I'm saying it in first person, but it's really echoing through you, for you. I'll just say we, and we trust that we are being held by the divine, that even though in our human experiences things feel scary and uncertain, that we can trust that something beautiful and powerful and magnificent is unfolding through us, as us, for us, and for the collective. And so we trust and we surrender and we move our feet as we pray in the direction of our desires and our dreams. And just breathe in again to what you most need. And I have my hands open, and it's always good when you're meditating or praying just to receive what you need. And then let's just end by putting it back into our hearts. Okay. All right. So they've got a few more people here. Hello, Ariel. And I guess, wow, this is fun. Good for you for trusting in the divine. Truly, that is the goal, right? This is why astrology can help us navigate our human experiences. We can trust that Creator is really holding us all. And even though in our human experiences, it's like, what is going on? And if you watch my last video, I think it was the last video I talked about, we're being pushed out of our comfort zones. We're being rebirthed individually and collectively in a way that, well, comfort zone, when we're out of our comfort zone, what does that tell us? We're going to be uncomfortable. We need to be uncomfortable to grow and to emerge potential, right? So I want to see what else I wanted to say. I'm going to go to my notes real quick, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat. I'm so excited. Now, here's a question, all of you in the chat. Are you subscribed to my channel? Have you watched any of my other videos? I'm really curious. So I'm going to go to my notes. And where are you watching from? I'd love to know that too. Okay. So, yes, this is a potent season for us Scorpios and Taurus and Leo and Aquarius. And in addition to the lunar eclipse, wherever it's happening in your chart, bringing that, think about what a full moon is. A full moon is the opposition. In this case, it's the opposition. I guess I can't look at my notes at the chat and the chat at the same time. So I'm going to go back to the chat because you guys are important. Okay. It's oppositional energy, right? On the Taurus Scorpio axis. So here's the thing about us fixed sign people, and all of us, whether you have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or Leo prominent in your chart, you have it somewhere in your house, and we all have it all. Like there's a wholeness when you look at a chart. We all have fixed energy somewhere. We all have fire, So all the way from Oregon. Awesome. And thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yay. So, but us fixed folks, and this is the energy that we're feeling. Now, it may go this way for those of us who are fixed signs. We may feel like, well, this is really familiar energy because this is how I live my life. Fixed signs, we can be either stubborn or determined. We really get, Scorpio energy can be obsessive. It can be super passionate, super I'm just never going to give up. I'm going to really attach to my goal and continue. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's the same with Taurus. And since we're talking about energy in Taurus moon, which is connected to our emotions, typically Taurus energy is, again, fixed, stubborn, or determined. I like to make this distinction. If you are feeling stubborn, you maybe, what is that saying? Something spite your nose, something's, I don't remember, spite your nose to cut off your face or something. I'm hearing this, but I don't remember how it goes. The point of it is your stubbornness hurts you instead of helping you. So stubbornness is the same energy as determination. However, determination is for you, helps you move forward. instead of holding you back. So because of that Saturn and Uranus square that we have been working with since 2021, really culminating during this lunar eclipse, we are really being called to let go of what's no longer serving, find a new way. We're birthing in new ways of being, individually and collectively. So this is really an invitation to myself as well. Anywhere you feel stuck, stubborn, doing the same thing over and over again and unwilling, and that's really the stuck point. If you're unwilling to do things differently, you're going to have the same thing over and over again, right? So I know for me, in order to let go and trust and be willing to do something different, like showing up live for a YouTube feed, which is, believe me, uncomfortable for me, but I'm willing because I know if I continue to do something different, I'm going to cultivate something different. And when we do something different, when we come out of our comfort zones, we are practicing bulking up our spiritual muscles or flexing them, like courage and faith and trust. We need our spiritual muscles flexed right now. We all do, right? So here we are in this crossroads of energy, really. Oh, wow. Ariela's in Aruba. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. This, again, transformation, I always think of this like a river trying to merge into the ocean. I think this image is very powerful for what we're experiencing collectively, especially politically. The river, when it meets the ocean, if you've ever had an opportunity to see this, and I live close to this, so I have many times, and it's always my teacher, there's pushback when the river comes to the ocean, even though they're both water, like there's like this pushing, clashing. The river's trying to flow into the ocean, but it gets pushed back. Think about where you're trying to flow, but you're feeling pushback. So the pushback comes in this regard within ourselves, within our negative core beliefs, within a hidden aspect in our shadow that we haven't reclaimed. Thank you, Ariel, for subscribing. The pushback, my dears, is within ourselves. The conflict. So this is what shadow work is so important right now, because what's coming up, emerging to be healed, to be cleared, so we can flow in our life towards our potential, our possibilities, our desires. So pushbacks, triggers, feeling stuck. These are all indicators that you're operating out of old programming that you need to update and break through to your new possibilities. So, oh my goodness, another fixed person here, Leo. Okay, so you're going to feel this too. I actually have a Leo moon. I'm a Scorpio with a Leo moon and a Capricorn rising. And so for us Scorpios, we're really feeling this because Uranus is opposite, depending on your degree, but it is opposite my sun, opposite my Mercury. And this is the day, the people who get to borrow the energy that I live with every day, because there's also a T-square happening. Because Uranus is in Aquarius, which is square to the sun in Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, and Venus in Scorpio, and also the moon in Taurus. So squares aren't, I used to be so frightened of squares because, well, it feels like intense energy, but really it's motivational energy when you get yourself unstuck through willingness. And I'll tell you what, that is it. That's the medicine right there. Be willing, and surrender. And you might want to affirm, I'm willing to do things differently. And first you want to say, it is safe for me. It is safe for me to do things differently. It is safe. I trust my unfolding. And if you watch the last video, Eclipse, also a Capricorn rising. Awesome. My goodness, you're my sister out there, my soul sister. We've been through it, Capricorn risings too. Yes, I currently have Pluto in my first house, or actually on my ascendant. So, and Saturn in the first house. So there's a lot going on for us. And again, it's all purposeful. So keep your willingness strong, surrender as often as you need to. And it's an important time to vision as well. When we're at a crossroads and we don't know, we feel fearful because we feel uncertain what's going to happen. It is important to vision for higher possibilities. I teach soul visioning. I'm doing a vision board, or it doesn't have to be a board, just image this way. You say, okay, here's what's not working, and relax yourself, go into a meditative state, and ask your soul to show you some images of what it will look like differently going forward. And you can also just connect to your higher self or connect to your future self and ask by journaling, what do I need to know about my future? Or what's calling to me and what's possible for me? Because we need to put one foot in the future when we're going through uncertainty with faith and trust and even joy, so that when things are unfolding and can be intense and chaotic, there's always chaos before change and transformation, and we are in a deep transformational cycle. We know and trust that we're going to be okay. Okay. That's why I think I'm here. Like, we're going to be okay, no matter what, no matter what's happening in the political season or situation, political season too, because on the day of the lunar eclipse are midterm elections. So keep your prayers and your affirmations centered for the highest good for all to unfold. I know, it's important to vote, and it's important to vote aligned with your values. I get that. But there's a huge transformation taking place politically too. So we want the highest and greatest good to unfold. And remember too, since we're rebirthing, it says rebirthing time, that birth is messy. It's messy, it's painful. And yet, again, this is connected to visioning. At the end, we have a beautiful new baby, right? Or we have a beautiful new us, or beautiful more soul potential to play with, to bring into the world. So that's what I really wanted to offer. Just, love yourself forward, offer as much compassion as you can. If you have a breakdown, like I did yesterday with my storm, they lead to breakthroughs. And it's okay. Don't be afraid to be with the stirring. There's vital information. And here's something I will offer you. When you're storming or you're feeling frustrated or triggered, turn within and get the information, or journal. What am I telling myself about what's going on? What do I fear? Because fear comes up when we're going through transformation. Because why does it come up? Whenever you're shedding and moving towards something else, we're going to get an alert. You've breached, the comfort zone. And our ego really is trying to protect us, but it keeps us playing small, right? So bring light to the fear and bring love, embrace it all. But don't miss the good, chaotic opportunity like I had yesterday. It showed me so much. We don't want to do a spiritual bypass. We don't want to skip over the challenges. We want to say, okay, you're here to teach me something. And with Saturn square Uranus, we are meant to learn our lessons right now so we can do things differently moving forward. Okay, I see I'm at 29 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up soon. Does anybody have a question for me, though, that I could answer? Any curiosity or question? I'm going to go to my notes real quick, and I'll come back to look at the chat in just a moment. Let's see. I just wanted to make sure I had covered everything I wanted to. But just let me highlight some of I felt like I wanted to do this because of my last video I did on the lunar eclipse. It was like I rushed through it because I was using my phone, and I only had like 25 minutes to rush through something so important. So I thought I wanted to come back and talk about it more. So again, we've got Moon conjunct Uranus. So this is really interesting because Moon in Taurus typically is stable and practical and, you know, just just simply going through life in a practical way. But Uranus there is really, whoo, this is breakthrough energy, emotional breakthrough, emotionally no longer, okay, being free from your old way of feeling about yourself and life. Maybe you're going to feel more emboldened, more empowered. And then we've got Moon opposition Venus. So this also, let me go here. Yep, earthquakes, rebirthing, emerging authentic self, like I talked about last time. So because, Venus is there and Uranus, we could, have some breakthroughs with the relationship and what we value, and possessions and things. So this could be some breakthroughs, some letting go, some shedding. I talked about that last time. So again, it's all purposeful. The more you connect inward through meditation and prayer and listening to your dreams, the more you'll trust it's all okay, And also, I like to invite you to think of this as there's a movie unfolding. It's a little dramatic right now. So make some popcorn, be more objective, just be the watcher of what's unfolding, with curiosity and compassion for yourself and others. And one of my teachers, Reverend Michael Beckwith, always said, when you pay attention to what's happening in the world with news, it's just your prayer report. Don't be frightened by it. Think about what the higher possibilities could be and pray for that and affirm that and activate the qualities within you to be and become who you are praying for. Be the person you need in the world. And this way we can be contributing and not adding more chaos. But we're space holders for possibilities. Okay. Well, thank you all for being with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate some people showed up on my solar return. Best wishes to you. Continue to stay connected to my channel. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm doing for my birthday. I'm going to do a giveaway. Here's the giveaway for those watching live or anybody who watches this video, because I want to improve this channel and I will be doing some fine tuning as I start in January again. I'm going to keep it pretty much status quo right now. Just show up unedited, whatever. Here's what I'm inviting you to do. I'm going to do a drawing, maybe for 1 or 2 sessions. I haven't decided yet. But if you watch some of my old videos, and if you go even way back to the old videos, you'll see how I'm continuing to grow, hopefully. But comment under those videos and comment what you appreciated and what you'd like to see more of. And you could be creative. Listen, this isn't my strength. Doing like having a video channel is not my thing, but I'm doing it because I felt a soul call. But for every comment, I'll put your name into a raffle, and then I'm going to give away. I probably will do 2. I keep hearing 2. So 2 free sessions, which could be a soul chart review or my hybrid of looking at your chart and then reclaiming your soul potential, nurturing that, getting a plan of action through soul guidance to help you on your unfolding. So any comments you have, or you can send me a private email if you don't want to comment. Although comments and likes and subscribers do help me get into the deeper waters of YouTube and have a greater outreach, and however the algorithm works, there's something about that. But you could also send me an email at soulvisioning at gmail.com, soulvisioning. But feel, I want to empower you to comment below. Thank you all for being with me in the chat today. Happy birthday to you, bliss to you. Just keep enjoying this time of being in your power. Thank you all for being with me today. Take good care of yourself. Nurture your beautiful soul potential. Embrace yourself. Embrace your shadow and rise with your potential and power and purpose. You and every one of us are needed on the planet at this time to help shift from what was into what is possible. Let's do this. We've got this. I believe in us. Okay, take good care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.